Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drexel University's commencement exercises and to Citizens Bank Park. Please direct your attention to the right field side of the park and to the Fanavision screens, and welcome the 2020 and 2021 graduates of Drexel University as they enter the park. Please welcome the class of 2020 and 2021. Please welcome representatives from Drexel's colleges and schools. Graduates are encouraged to recognize your college or school as each enters. College of Arts and Sciences. School of Biomedical Engineering, Science, and Health Systems. Bennett S. Laveau College of Business. College of Computing and Informatics. School of Education. College of Engineering. Charles D. Close School of Entrepreneurship. Dana and David Dornsife School of Public Health. Custom designed majors, C.R. Chuck and Annette Pannoni Honors College. The Antoinette Westfall College of Media Arts and Design. College of Nursing and Health Professions. Richard C. Goodwin College of Professional Studies. The Graduate College. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the right field side of the park and welcome the President of Drexel University, the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and their stage party. Please rise and remove your hats for the presentation of the colors by the Drexel University Army ROTC Task Force Dragon, and remain standing for our national anthem sung by Brandon Nelson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
Please remain standing and welcome Rabbi Isabel DeConnick Executive Director and Campus Rabbi for Hillel at Drexel University, who will offer the invocation.
We have arrived. Today, as we mark the graduation of the class of 2021, we sit poised between past and future in a present that calls upon us to give thanks to all those who helped this honored class reach this moment, and to offer blessings to these new graduates as they embark on the next phase of life's journey. We call to mind the faces and names of all those who have supported, challenged, nurtured, and enriched our graduates throughout their lives and their careers here at Drexel. We call to mind and offer gratitude for the loved ones and families of these graduates whose dedication, sacrifice, and support have made today possible. We offer deep thanks to those university staff members who do the work behind the scenes to keep us safe and keep our university running swiftly. We give thanks to the faculty and professional staff who have worked to help each of these graduates find your questions, your answers, and yourselves here at Drexel. And we too recall with fondness those friends, mentors, and family members who we have lost during this pandemic. And so too we recall with fondness all those beloveds of our graduates who passed on before we reached this great moment. We know their memories will serve as great blessings for each of you in every moment of your lives. And finally, we give thanks for you, our graduates. You've become lifelong friends and colleagues for one another. You have transcended seemingly impossible hurdles in your individual lives and in our global community. Your hard work, scholarship, curiosity are all great blessings for us here at Drexel, for your family and friends. So to you, our honored graduates, on behalf of our university community, I offer blessings. Life's journey is a great and open road, and Drexel but a brief, important stop along the way. Here you have been inspired, challenged, pushed, and pulled to discover who you are, what you believe, where your passions lie, and where your path will travel from here. As you step out towards the next stops on your great journeys, may each step be filled with hope, inspiration, and exuberance. Wherever your road takes you, may you have the strength to stay the path and the wisdom to know when to turn. May you be filled with the courage and confidence to walk with your heads held high and the lightheartedness to know when it's time to dance your way forward. May your journeys from here to whatever is next be filled with opportunities for joy, for gratitude, for love, and for deep contentedness. May you find wonderful people to mentor you. And may you offer guidance, support, and comfort to all those who seek it from you. And graduates, as you set out from this place, may the elements carried within the Drexel flame provide warmth and light to guide your way. May you find the spark of innovation in the inquisitive energy of the sciences. May you find great determination in the entrepreneurial spirit of industry. And may you find awe and wonder in the bold creativity of the arts. As your hearts are filled with blessings today, so may your lives be filled with blessings from this day forward. Peace and blessings to you, class of 2021. Congratulations.
Please be seated. Please welcome the president of Drexel University, John Fry.
Well, we made it. You made it. And here we all are together, finally rounding third and heading for home. True in this case, home plate's in South Philadelphia, not West Philly. But even if it feels a little strange being here at the ballpark without the fanatic running around on top of the dugout, it's wonderful to see thousands of proud Dragons taking over the place tonight. And I have it on good authority that the fanatics are Drexel alum as well. In welcoming you, the classes of 2020 and 2021, and all of us here to celebrate you, let me start by suggesting that you take a moment to recognize and thank the people who really helped make this day possible. Your parents and families, both those who are here and those who couldn't be. So please, go ahead and unmute yourselves one more time and give them a hand. Let's also pause for a moment to recognize what a year of painful loss this has been for far too many families here in our own country and around the world, including for some members of the Drexel community. We mourn the lives cut short, honor the daily heroism of our healthcare and frontline workers, and dedicate ourselves to supporting the families and communities that have been so disproportionately hurt by the pandemic. Now, as we finally look to better, healthier days, I think it's also worth looking back to remember what we've come through in other challenging moments in our history, when not only our economy, but the very idea of democracy was under real threat, both at home and abroad. It was actually 85 years ago this summer, in the very depths of the Great Depression, at another stadium much closer to our campus in University City, where President Franklin D. Roosevelt accepted his party's 1936 nomination for re-election. He gave a rollicking, high-spirited address, proudly embracing the moral responsibility of a sometimes imperfect government to try bold, innovative solutions to improve the lives of millions of hard-pressed American families and give people confidence in our democracy. Regardless of your views about the New Deal, it's the poetic way FDR spoke to Americans about what difficult moment in history that really struck me when I thought about you, the classes of 2020 and 2021, what you've lived through and yet what you've still accomplished. There is a mysterious cycle in human events, Roosevelt said. To some generations, much is given. Of other generations, much is expected. This generation of Americans has a rendezvous with destiny. During our own year of loss and hardship, we know just how much has been expected of you in this generation of Drexel students. The sacrifices you've made to keep moving forward to this moment, the lost time together, living on campus, learning in class, studying in the library, and working in the lab. The co-op experiences that, like so much else this past year, suddenly became virtual. You've lived through a time of crises, not just a global pandemic, but an economic crash, a long overdue national reckoning with systemic racism, the rise of ethnic and religious intolerance, an election that fulfilled and an aftermath that challenged our most basic democratic values. And now, you too have your own rendezvous with destiny because of what you've achieved through it all, with a relentless spirit of innovation and practical problem solving that's always been at the core of a Drexel education. In every school and course and co-op, you got the job done, under the most difficult of circumstances. Even when physically apart, you've come together as a community. I mean, what better symbol of that than not just one, but 4 conference champion teams, women's and men's basketball and women's and men's lacrosse, who made it to the NCAAs this year and made us all so proud. None of us can predict the future, but one thing I'm sure of is that you'll always look back at this tumultuous moment in history that you've lived through, and you'll have every reason to remember the incredible pride we all feel today at the perseverance, creativity, and sheer determination that will forever define the great Drexel classes of 20 and 21. Fact is, you're champions in so many ways. So let me close with a few words about our extraordinary commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient, Professor Elijah Anderson, a pioneering urban ethnographer who's made it his scholarly calling to provide us all with a deeper understanding of the social and economic forces confronting communities like West Philadelphia. I was lucky enough to have met him a few blocks up Walnut Street when I worked at Penn more than 2 decades ago. And Eli gracefully agreed to share his uniquely expert insights with me and help shape my understanding of how an urban university can truly serve its community. And while West Philly may have lost him to New Haven, he's continued to generate award-winning scholarship at Yale that could not be more urgently relevant to this moment. He has, quite literally, followed in the steps of the great scholar W.E.B. Du Bois, who came here as a young man a century earlier to research and publish the first path-breaking study of Black America, for which Professor Anderson so appropriately provided a new and insightful introduction to the centennial edition. In it, he quoted the Du Bois autobiography, explaining his once hopeful view that the world was thinking wrong about race because it did not know. The ultimate evil was stupidity. The cure for it was knowledge based on scientific investigation. Today, after another century of struggle, we can no longer claim we did not know, whether about the impact of racism or so many other challenges we face as a society. We've learned, as Du Bois himself did, that scientific investigation won't on its own deliver the cure for the challenges we face. We have to be willing to stand up for science, for evidence, for historical facts, defend them, and act on them. You can't study, teach, research, or work at a great university like ours and not believe in a deep way that the open-minded search for new knowledge is an essential starting point for a healthy society to function and solve its toughest problems. It should be clear to all of us that we wouldn't even be sitting here tonight if not for decades of biomedical breakthroughs made in academic research centers that ultimately yielded a new set of vaccines in astonishing record time. We should be proud of that because we're an institution dedicated to finding practical solutions through evidence-based research, basic and applied science. And that's not unique to higher education. Businesses can't succeed, artists can't create, teachers can't teach, and society can't develop solutions without candidly seeing and responding to the world as it is, to actual facts on the ground, not alternative ones that get spread online. Whether it's public health or climate change, racial justice, or economic inequality, the civic conversation and honest debate at the heart of a democratic societies fundamentally depend on a shared acceptance of some truths to be self-evident, regardless of our politics. So if there's one thing I hope you take away from your time here, from your professors, from your work experiences, and from one another, it's the capacity and dedication to living in truth, as the late Czech playwright Václav Havel put it. What we do with that truth as a free society is up to all of us. And now, whatever path or profession you choose in the years to come, it's up to you. Congratulations to the amazing classes of 2020 and 2021. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the chair of Drexel's Board of Trustees, Richard Greenawalt, a 1966 Drexel graduate. Mr. Greenawalt.
Welcome. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, I want to congratulate all of our graduates from the class of 2021 and 2020. As trustees, we take enormous pride in every graduating class, and each year we will come away inspired and renewed in our determination to keep this university in the forefront of higher education. Your time at Drexel has been especially noteworthy for high academic achievement, use inspired in research, global engagement, entrepreneurship, and for embracing solutions to the community challenges around our campus. The many great qualities that make Drexel stand out as a university are the result of your scholarship, your resilience, and your hard work. I am a proud Drexel graduate. I was forever changed by my experience at this university, and I'm honored to serve it now as a trustee. It is the duty of our Board of Trustees to serve as guardians of the university's quality and reputation, so that your degree becomes an even more valued and cherished asset as the years go by. I pledge to uphold that duty. Good luck and congratulations.
Please welcome Apoorv Selvaraj, former president of the Undergraduate Student Government Association, who graduated from the School of Biomedical Engineering, Science, and Health Systems. Apoorva will address us on behalf of the class of 2020.
I don't know, y'all, this might be a small step up from my basement graduation last year. Students, faculty, families, friends, I'm honored to come out of my retirement, pension pending, to commemorate a very special class of honorary seniors here at Drexel. My fellow class of 2020 graduates, congratulations. Over a year ago, we reluctantly traded last capstones and Center City sips for all-day pajamas, neighborhood walks, and video calls. And with little closure, we ventured into full-on adulthood. Well, mostly, besides the whole living at our parents' thing. So what's special about today? What brings you back today? It's not just a delayed milestone that we are checking off. It's the very real memories and community we retain when we think of Drexel and Philadelphia. And it highlights for me the irreplaceable aspect of our experience, human connection. Sure, we made it all work this past year, using technology to the max to maintain friendships across the country and the world. And for those of us starting the next phase, build new ones. But what we learned through college and these, I'll drop it once more, unprecedented times is our humanity, how we connect, how we empathize, how we rely on those around us. Drexel for us till March 2020 was the place we survived adulthood with training wheels and was a very tangible and visible community. And as we continue to venture out on our next steps, we should never lose touch of the importance of making those human connections. I'm so very thankful for the adaptability I learned through Drexel's fast-paced environment and midterm months, and the diverse community that embraced us. I can't wait to see where we go, how we impact and bring that human empathy to our community and society that got us through it all. Congratulations to everyone, but especially the class of 2020.
Please welcome Dr. Rashida Likely, who received her doctorate from the School of Education. Rashida will address us on behalf of the class of 2020.
Good evening, graduates. Congratulations to you, the class of 2021. I am Rashida Likely, a first-generation doctor. I am also a scientist, an educator, a researcher, and a very proud Black woman. I want to take a moment to recognize and honor those graduates, family members, friends, and who are no longer with us physically. We carry your spirit with us, and we are grateful you are around us. To our partners, our children, our families, my families, somewhere out there, my family, thank you. To our advisors, our mentors, our colleagues, here and watching, you have remained committed. We are grateful for your support, presence, understanding, and steadfastness. Your tangible love has carried us to this day. Thank you. Y'all, 2020 was a lot. 2020 was just hard. Some of us were completely uprooted and shaken over the past year. Some of us have experienced the wildest days of our lives over this past year. However, some of us are familiar with that pain, familiar with that anger, frustration, and fear that has been present beyond the pandemic and our academic programs. If 2020 taught me nothing else, 2020 taught me how to make space. It taught me to make more space for things not going as planned, like a Zoom graduation. To make space for grieving those plans. To make space for love and healing. More space for time alone and time with our cherished loved ones. More space for rest. More space for more Zoom gatherings even when we didn't want to. More space for discovering hobbies, more space to make friends with our neighbors, more space to reflect, and especially more space to dream. More space to dream beyond this moment and to dream, create, and demand better. Fellow graduates, now is that time to envision liberation. Liberation for the most marginalized of us. Dream of better for yourself and for your communities. Expanding your visions beyond right now. We have graduated during a pandemic. Absolutely nothing is normal. Nothing will be going back to a normal, and that is okay. You can complete your degree right now. You can do anything. I believe in you, your children, your families, your friends, your committees, your advisors, and yourselves. I am so excited to share this moment with you, you amazingly strong and beautiful group of graduates. Yes, last year was not all it was planned to be or what we expected it to be. But 2021, you have made space. I am so proud of each of you for showing up today. Your presence represents your ability to remain strong, to expand, to push, to broaden your hearts and your perspectives. Class of 2020, you have made space to show up today and reclaim your celebration. I am so proud of you. Class of 2021, thank you so much for making space for us and for this day. Congratulations and happy graduation day, everyone.
Please welcome Timothy Hanlon, President of the Undergraduate Student Government Association, who is graduating today from the College of Arts and Sciences. Tim will address us on behalf of the class of 2021.
Hello, Drexel University! Greetings, graduates, faculty, staff, family, esteemed guests, and all others joining us this joyous evening. It has been an absolute pleasure serving as your student body president over the past year. Together, we have traversed difficult and uncharted terrains, leading us to some of the lowest valleys, only to rise to some of the highest peaks. Of course, not always in a linear fashion. The class of 21 leaves behind an unparalleled legacy of success. This class of students has persevered through the white nationalist riots in the fall of 2017, occurring for many of us contemporaneously with moving to campus for the first time, and triumphed through the crusades for equality in the past year's civil unrest. We have peers here graduating with awards and honors from the university, co-op employers, along with top-ranking domestic and international organizations. Our classmates are moving on to their dream job, higher education, self-exploration, and more. This student body, and more importantly, the graduating class, houses significant diversity. Where we grow up, political views, favorite sports, ancestries, religions, gender orientation, body shape, and so much more. What unites us all here today is that we are now alumni of Drexel University. Sitting here as college graduates is likely an unfathomable idea for many of our younger selves and no easy feat. And for that, we owe ourselves a round of applause. As we continue down this yellow brick road of sorts towards self-enlightenment and empowerment, it is important that we take time for ourselves. The Drexel academic structure has conditioned us to be nothing but continually productive. I encourage you all to take a break between now and your next chapter in life with the understanding that, at times, doing absolutely nothing is more than enough. To be a bold and forward progressing member of society, we must first ensure we have the mental capacity to accomplish this. I ask now that the graduates bow your heads as we pay respects to the overdue and missed assignments, terrible group mates, playoffs missed, quarterbacks traded, dreams crushed, tears drops, lectures missed, crazy roommates, Aaron Expresses forgotten, 10-week terms, near dropouts, co-op interviews, 8 a.m. classes, Pong games lost, exams failed, and most importantly, the ambition that waited. And to the university, the trustees, President Fry, as all great breakups go, it's not you, it's us. The graduates, we just need some space to go on and do big and better things. Drexel has prepared us all for what lies ahead. What an incredible few years that has been with an unconventional finish. My fellow graduates, I wish you all the best. Congratulations, class of 21.
Please welcome Dr. Paul Jensen, Executive Vice President Nina Henderson Provost, and University Professor of Drexel University.
Hello, Dragons. You guys look great in 3 dimensions. Congratulations to the class of 2020, and congratulations to the class of 2021, and everyone who helped each of you reach this milestone. How wonderful it is to be together to celebrate all that you have achieved. To our graduates' families and friends, and especially their parents, I know something of what you're feeling right now. I had 2 sons in college this year, so I know it was also a difficult year to be a parent. However, we've grown individually and as families in unexpected ways as a result. This is such a wonderful moment of pride for each of you, just as it is for our graduates. To our graduates, we are so proud of all that you have accomplished during your years at Drexel, in the classroom, in your careers, in your personal development. It was such a challenging year, but thinking back again to my middle son's experience, he graduated on time, he found a job, I'm very happy about that, and his life is moving forward. As you reflect upon it, some may see the pandemic as a year lost, focusing only on what they didn't do or didn't experience. And for sure, it was a difficult year. But others will choose to focus on the incredible challenge through which they persevered. They will see it as an example of what they are capable of doing. Remember, the choice is up to you as to how you frame these experiences. My hope is that you will take stock of what you have accomplished, recall it with pride, and move on knowing you can tackle any challenges that lie ahead. Now, with this commencement, your life's next chapter begins, and I know great and exciting experiences are ahead for you. I believe that the future you make will grow organically from your time at Drexel. You have formed meaningful friendships that have challenged your worldview and found mentors in your faculty and staff. Through a time of great change, you've supported your communities and each other, answering society's calls for social justice, for research, public service, and leadership. You have learned to question and seek answers, and that is the key to everything. Before me today, I see graduates with distinct backgrounds representing over 40 countries, well-educated in over 180 degree programs of many different talents and walks of life. Yet as Drexel graduates, you share commonalities that led you here to this moment. Each of you is hardworking, accomplished both academically and professionally, and purpose-driven. You have shaped this university with your dreams and your actions. And through your shared experiences, you have formed a bond, creating a network and a community of dragons that you will never lose. As you advance in your personal and professional lives, don't hesitate to call on these bonds. There is important work to be done, and all of you will play a part. The world needs your talents, your voices, and your ideas to move society forward. And I am confident that you have the tools and motivation to bring your ideas to fruition. I have great hopes for the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, and there is no doubt that you will continue to make us all very, very proud. Once again, congratulations. Now I want to acknowledge those students who have received special recognition from the university. In the spirit of honoring exceptional academic achievement, we wish to recognize undergraduate students who have completed their degrees with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. These students have been recognized individually at their college and school ceremonies, and I ask them to rise as a group to be recognized today. Please rise. Now I would like to recognize the special honors achieved by a number of our graduates. In your digital commencement program, you will note these students who have demonstrated outstanding academic achievement at Drexel as reflected in grade point averages. Students who graduated with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.7 are designated cum laude, or with honors. Those graduating with a GPA between 3.7 and 3.9 are designated magna cum laude, or with outstanding honor. And those students graduating with a GPA of 3.9 or higher, designated summa cum laude, or with highest honor. Also here with us tonight are supernova students, those individuals who have continued to do faculty-mentored research, scholarship, or creative work from freshman year through to graduation. Here, too, are students who graduated with Pannoni Honors and Pannoni Honors with distinction. And finally, we also celebrate our fellowship recipients. Congratulations to all these outstanding students. Along with our graduates, we celebrate our distinguished faculty and professional staff. Without them, the milestones we mark today could not have been reached. Please also join me in acknowledging all the outstanding members of Drexel's faculty and professional staff. Thank you again and congratulations.
Now, please welcome to the podium Dr. Kevin Owens, Chair of the Faculty Senate, Associate Professor of Chemistry in the College of Arts and Sciences, who brings greetings from the Drexel faculty.
Class of 2020 and Class of 2021, as Chair of the Faculty Senate, on behalf of the faculty, I wish you congratulations, good luck ahead, and Godspeed. Go Dragons!
It's a pleasure to introduce Miss Corina Lamb, a graduate of the class of 2010, Chair-elect of the Drexel Alumni Board of Governors, and an incoming member of the Drexel University Board of Trustees, who brings greetings to the university's newest alumni.
Congratulations, class of 2020 and 2021. I am so honored to be here to speak in front of all of you today. My name's Corina Lamb, and I'm a 2010 graduate of the LeBeau College of Business and the chair of the Alumni Board of Governors. What a year it's been. My goodness. I've heard a ton of stories about how this class rallied in such a tough year. We've got the global pandemic, civil unrest, virtual learning, separation from friends, family, loved ones, and the number of TikTok videos that each of you had to create locked at home. My goodness, the list goes on. And each and every one of you have become stronger. Your resilience is incredible. So many opportunities in front of you. Life is short. Think about all the things that you can do in life. All of you are here today because in true Drexel spirit, you've overcome adversity to keep learning, collaborating, discovering, and growing. So, going back into history just a little bit, I'm going to do a little bit of a lesson here. 129 years ago, Anthony J. Drexel had a vision to create an institution where every person would be able to receive a quality education. And now you are a part of the generations of Drexel alumni who benefited from that vision. So congratulations on all that you have achieved throughout your time at Drexel. I hope you'll be able to look back with pride on the journey that got you to the special moment. As you begin this next chapter, I'm excited to see how you're going to impact the world around you. And I hope that this unique experience, which no one else can say that they've been through, will keep you better connected to each other, your faculty, and the university in the future. With that, stay connected and engaged with Drexel. It's so much fun. I can tell you that firsthand. Wherever you go in life, personally or professionally, Drexel will always be a home for you. On behalf of the Drexel Alumni Board of Governors and more than 170,000 Drexel alumni worldwide, we are excited to see what you do next. We are cheering you on. For now, it's a great honor to say congratulations, fellow Drexel alumni.
Drexel University enjoys a long-standing tradition of involvement and participation by its alumni in every aspect of university life. Thank you, Karina, for being with us today to represent our large alumni family and for the innumerable contributions that the Alumni Association makes to our university community.
Drexel University has a long tradition of close relations with the United States military. Our campus hosts the Army ROTC program for the region, and this year's graduates have also participated in Naval ROTC hosted at the University of Pennsylvania. I would like to welcome Captain Russell Salovic, United States Army. He will introduce Drexel's newly commissioned military officers.
Provost Jensen, I'm pleased to inform you that 7 graduates are being commissioned through the Drexel Army ROTC program. 3 graduates are being commissioned through the University of Pennsylvania Navy ROTC program, and 1 graduate is being commissioned through the University of Pennsylvania Marine Corps ROTC program. I'd like all of our commissioned officers to stand and be recognized as I read your names. Sung J. D'Angelo, United States Army. Joseph H. Groton, United States Army. Christine C. Kelly-Leakey, United States Army. Henry M. Minning, United States Army. Cooper J. Reck, United States Army. Matthew T. Richardson, United States Army. Brian T. Walsh, United States Army. Harrison Cushmore, United States Navy. Matthew Dwyer, United States Navy. Kaylin Moran, United States Navy. And Brian Mansfield, United States Marine Corps. Let's congratulate all of our new officers. Thank you. Now may I ask everyone in the audience today who is a member or a veteran to stand and receive recognition for your service. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Fry will now confer the university's honorary degrees.
As a symbol of our high esteem, it is the privilege of the university to confer an honorary degree upon those individuals who merit recognition. Dr. von Boxdale will now read the citation for our first honorary degree recipient.
Gail Walker Hearn is a renowned conservation biologist and retired Drexel University professor of biology. As the founding director of the Bioko Biodiversity Protection Program in Equatorial Guinea, Dr. Hearn champions solutions for the benefit of people and nature, leaving an indelible mark on the field of conservation. Over 3 decades, Dr. Hearn has worked to cultivate the appreciation and preservation of Bioko Island's wildlife and natural ecosystems through education, research, and active conservation. For her dedication to conservation and the environmental sciences, Drexel University is proud to present Gail Hearn the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Gail Hearn, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Gail. Dr. von Boxdale will now read the citation for our second honorary degree recipient.
Daniel J. Hilferty served as President and Chief Executive Officer of Independence Health Group, parent of Independence Blue Cross, one of the nation's leading health insurers. His vision for his company was to lead the transformation of healthcare in the region, seeking innovative technologies and new models of care that would increase the quality and lower costs. His initiatives included a unique venture that arms primary care physicians with tools and data to better manage chronic conditions and deliver personalized care, and a joint venture with Comcast NBC Universal dedicated to revolutionizing the consumer experience in healthcare. His care for the community led to serving as chair of the Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia, and he is a steadfast champion of St. Christopher's Hospital for Children. For his dedication to expanding access and innovation in healthcare, Drexel University is proud to present Daniel J. Hilferty with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Daniel Hilferty, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. On behalf of everyone at Drexel, congratulations, Dan. Dr. von Boxdale will now read the citation for our third honorary degree recipient.
Over his storied journalism career, Bill Marimo has been a 2-time Pulitzer Prize winner and led 3 news organizations. As editor-in-chief at the Philadelphia Inquirer and the Baltimore Sun, and as vice president of news at National Public Radio. As a reporter for the Inquirer, Mr. Marimo received journalism's top prize for public service in 1978 for stories he wrote with a colleague detailing criminal violence by Philadelphia police. His second Pulitzer Prize came in 1985 for his investigation of the Philadelphia Police Canine Unit. His former editor at the Enquirer, Eugene L. Roberts, Jr., lauded Mr. Marimo for his, quote, commitment, common sense, persistence, and a dead reckoning for truth. For his commitment to a free press and its central role in preserving democracy, Drexel University is proud to present Bill Marimo with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Bill Marimo, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. On behalf of everyone at Drexel, congratulations, Bill. Dr. Von Boxdale will now read the citation for our fourth and fifth honorary degree recipients.
Before Evelyn and Jim Piazza became two of the most prominent advocates for ending fraternity hazing on college campuses, they were parents of a 19-year-old son who had an infectious smile and a seemingly unlimited future. Then, tragedy struck. With the death of their son, Timothy J. Piazza, a student at Pennsylvania State University who rushed a fraternity that boasted, falsely, of being alcohol and hazing free, the Piazzas made it their cause to raise awareness of the dangers from hazing. Their campaign has led to reform and legislation, and they have created a foundation that gives prosthetic limbs and other medical equipment to children with disabilities, as well as scholarships to students from their late son's high school. For their activism and determination to safeguard students from the dangers of fraternity hazing, Drexel University is proud to present Evelyn Piazza and Jim Piazza with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Evelyn and Jim Piazza, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Evelyn. Congratulations, Jim. Dr. Von Boxdale will now read the citation for our sixth honorary degree recipient.
After a show business career spanning 3 decades, Alan Sabinson was Drexel University's longest-serving dean, leading the Antoinette Westphal College of Media, Arts, and Design through a 15-year period that saw the college substantially grow its enrollment, majors, and national rankings, as well as open its award-winning home, the Urban Center and Urban Annex. During his entertainment industry career, Mr. Sabinson was president of production at Miramax Film and held senior positions at A&E, TNT, ABC, ICM, NBC, and Showtime. While he was senior vice president of program at A&E, the network received more Emmy nominations than any basic cable network for 2 consecutive years and won Emmy Awards for Best Miniseries and Best Non-Fiction Biography Series. For his dedication to excellence and innovation in media and design education, Drexel University is proud to present Alan Sabinson with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Alan Sabinson, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Alan, congratulations. Dr. Von Boxdale will now read the citation for our 7th degree recipient.
Ann Stevens is a seasoned corporate governance leader with a successful track record spanning more than 3 decades, with some of the world's leading corporations from the Fortune 50 and FTSE 100, as well as mid-capital and private companies. Ms. Stevens retired from Ford Motor Company in 2006 as Chief Operating Officer of the America, where she was responsible for systems re-engineering, including product development, 68 manufacturing sites, and purchasing. At the time, Ann was the highest-ranking woman in the automotive industry and was recognized 4 times on Fortune's Most Powerful Women list. For her stellar career in engineering and corporate leadership, Drexel University is proud to present Ann Stevens with the degree of Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Ann Stevens, the degree of Doctor of Engineering, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. On behalf of everyone at Drexel, congratulations, Ann. Dr. Von Boxdale will now read the citation for our final honorary degree recipient and our commencement speaker.
Elijah Anderson is one of the nation's most influential scholars in the field of urban inequality and serves as the Sterling Professor of Sociology of African American Studies at Yale University. He is the author of the classic sociological work, A Place on the Corner, a study of Black street corner men. Professor Anderson is the recipient of numerous prestigious awards, including the 2013 Cox Johnson Fraser Award, the 2017 Merit Award from the Eastern Sociological Society, the 2018 W.E.B. Du Bois Career of Distinguished Scholarship Award, and the 2021 Robert and Helen Lind Award for Lifetime Achievement from the American Sociological Association. For his scholarly work in exposing and redressing urban inequality, Drexel University is proud to present Elijah Anderson with the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Elijah Anderson, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. On behalf of everyone at Drexel University, I congratulate you, Eli. And I now invite you to give this year's commencement address to our 2 graduating classes.
Good evening, graduates, Drexel classes of 2020 and 2021. President John Fry, trustees, proud parents, and friends. Dear graduates, to you, my hearty congratulations. It is a deep and special honor to speak to you tonight. I'm an ethnographer and a seeker of cultural truths. And I engage in field work in the city. I listen to what people say and what they do. And I mean to share some of my truths with you. One day, you will take your place within the establishment. I am sure you will go on to contribute admirably to the leadership of this nation. Go forth, my young brothers and sisters, and learn not only to seek the truth, but then to speak that truth to power. My grandmother used to say, "Tell the truth and shame the devil." Truth is precious. It is to be honored. So in my words to you tonight, I will try to keep it real and truthful. One of the biggest problems we face in this country is that of racial inequality. We need to face it. We need to understand it. We need to realize that the questions we ask are often more important than the answers. I believe we must pursue the root causes of racial inequality. When Supreme Court Justice Robert Taney declared in 1857 Dred Scott decision that the framers of the Constitution believed that black people had no rights, which the white man was bound to respect, he ruled on the state of American society at that time, that black people, free or slaves, had a place inferior to that of white people, and that all white people were above all black people. This ruling established and reinforced the societal notion that white people were simply better than black people by virtue of being white. And then we had a civil war. After emancipation, as black people migrated to towns and cities in the North and in the South, their stigmatized place both followed them and preceded them. When black people settled in their new communities, their reception was decidedly mixed. They were both resisted and tolerated. And as their numbers grew relentlessly, the local white people worked to contain them in what became the black section of town. And these black sections, from time to time, were attacked, and their residents were assaulted and killed, like what happened in Tulsa. Read up on Tulsa. Read up on the Tulsa massacre, because it wasn't just Tulsa. Tulsa happened to black communities all over the United States. This is critical race theory. And a lot of people don't want you to know this. And these settings to which blacks were relegated and contained were the precursors of the black ghettos that have proliferated throughout the nation. Settings that symbolically reinforced what slavery established: the lowly place of black people in the public mindset and the enduring principle of white over black. This principle became institutionalized and passed on from one white generation to the next, resulting in the ghettos that dot the urban areas of American cities like New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, and many other places. January the 6th, the insurrection was televised. You saw it. Those were Trump supporters, mostly white people, stormed the Capitol. You saw it. Why were there no black people there? Because black people know better. If those rioters had been black folk know there would have been a lot of dead black people all over the place. Black people would have been massacred. Simply put, black people don't have the luxury to petition our government that way. That white people could storm the Capitol is an example of white skin privilege. And black people know, even if many white people do not. One of the greatest challenges of our nation is systemic racism. And you, dear graduates, are in a position to fundamentally change this situation for the better. But you must start with the truth. Don't hide from it and bury your heads in the sand. Equally important, we now witness a fundamental threat to our democracy. Did you see the news today? The president had the Justice Department investigate Democratic congresspeople who were investigating him. Sometimes it seems like our democracy is hanging by a thread. I mean, Republicans are suppressing the black vote all over the nation, while the powers that be appear to sit idly by and watch. And now, so many Republican states are threatening to not certify the election. This is a crisis. This is a crisis. Answer me this. If and when our democracy dies, what comes next? Civil war? Anarchy? Widespread death and destruction? Fascism? And the profound diminution of our standard of living on a national scale? What will your degree be worth then? This is what appears to be at stake in our upcoming elections. We seem to be at the abyss. Trust me. One question I'd like to pose, and this is really to do with race relations. I mean, why do the cops go around killing all these black people? It seems like every other day a black person is killed. And I am concerned for my own family members, my son, my grandchildren, my nephews and nieces, and I am concerned about myself. Why? Why? And then why do so many white people call the cops on black people? Let's break it down. With all the educational credentials black people are now receiving these days, and the jobs and positions they're receiving, more and more black people move about in spaces in which some white people think black people do not belong. In white spaces, since the civil rights movement, great numbers of black people have made their way into spaces where they never appeared before. As a society, we have made great progress on race relations. There's no question. But we have such a long way to go. See, the truth is that as I walk out of this ballpark as a civilian, as a black man, I am at risk. Really. I could be arrested, manhandled, knocked down, tased, shot, and totally disrespected by law enforcement. And nobody would be likely to be held accountable. The police won't see my degrees or know that I was your commencement speaker a few moments ago. Far too many police officers, unfortunately, to them, I am just another black man from the ghetto hood. So why do people call the cops on black people so much? What is driving the surge of incidents in which black people get the police called on them? People who are simply going about their business, hanging out at Starbucks, eating lunch at Smith College, or bird watching in Central Park. Part of the answer has to do with the ubiquity of cell phones, which facilitate rapid reporting of racist incidents, which have always existed, to police and the news media, along with social media, which brings the news of the same incidents to the public with nearly equal speed. Yet there's also a sociological explanation. Many white people have not adjusted to the idea that black people now appear more often in white spaces, especially places of privilege, power, and prestige, or just in places where they were historically unwelcome. When black people do appear in such places and do not show what may be regarded as proper deference, some white people want them out. Subconsciously or explicitly, they want to banish them to a place I have called the iconic ghetto, to the stereotypical space in which they think all black people belong, a segregated space for second-class citizens. A lag between the rapidity of black progress and white acceptance of that progress is responsible for this impulse. We are moving from a segregated to a desegregated society, and there are stresses and strains. Over the past half century, the United States has undergone a profound racial incorporation process that has resulted in the largest black middle class in history, a population that no longer feels obligated to stay in historically black spaces or to defer to white people. When members of this black middle class appear in civil society, and especially in white spaces, they often demand a regard that accords with their rights, obligations, and duties as full citizens of the United States of America. Yet many white people fundamentally reject that black people are owed such regard, and may even feel that their own rights and social status have somehow been abrogated by racial inclusion. They seek to push back on the recent progress in race relations and may demand deference on the basis of white skin privilege. As these whites observe black people navigating white privileged spaces of our society, they may experience a sense of loss or a certain amount of cognitive dissonance. They may feel an acute need to correct what is before their eyes, to square things, or to set the erroneous picture right, to reestablish cognitive consonance. They need to put the black interlopers in their place, literally and figuratively. Black people must have their behavior corrected, and they must be directed back to their neighborhoods and designated social spaces. Not bold enough to try to accomplish this feat alone, many of these self-appointed color line monitors seek help from wherever they can find it, from the police. In the days before the Civil Rights Revolution, the color line was bold, and both white people and black people knew their place, and for the most part, observed it. When black people crossed the line, black people anyway, they faced legal penalties or extrajudicial violence. In those times, to live while black was to be American and nominally free, but to reside firmly within a virtual colored caste. Essentially, to live behind the veil, as W.B. Du Bois put it in The Souls of Black Folk. White people typically avoid black space, but black people are required to navigate white space as a condition of their existence, and their passage is increasingly fraught. Dear graduates, there's a magical quote by Ann Herbert and Margaret Paloma Pavel that I like a lot, and it seems so natural to say. Practice random kindness and senseless acts of beauty. You should read their book. And I'd like to juxtapose this quote with the music of one of my favorite singers, Marvin Gaye. His album, What's Going On, was prescient. If you don't know it, you should listen to it. Check it out. When I was coming up, I thought we would have resolved so many of these seemingly intractable issues by now, but we have not. Now it is your turn. Godspeed and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Anderson, for those powerful reflections.
President Fry will now confer the university's degrees. Please hold your applause until all the degrees have been conferred. Dr. Kevin Egan, Director of Academic Programs for the Pennoni Honors College, will present the candidates in his college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the honor to present the candidates for degrees in the Pennoni Honors College. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the bachelor's degree with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Donna DeCarolis, Dean of the Charles D. Close School of Entrepreneurship and Silverman Family Professor of Entrepreneurial Leadership, will present the candidates in her college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the honor to present the candidates for degrees in the Charles D. Close School of Entrepreneurship. Will the resilient and innovative candidates in the Close School please rise and remain standing?
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the bachelor's degree with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Brian Ellis, Executive Director, Goodwin College of Professional Studies, and Associate Dean of Program Administration, LeBeau College of Business, will present the candidates in his college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the honor to present the candidates for degrees in the Goodwin College of Professional Studies. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the master's or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Anna Diaz-Rue, Dean of the Dana and David Dornsife School of Public Health and Distinguished University Professor of Epidemiology, will present the candidates in her school.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, it is my pleasure to present to you the candidates for degrees in the Dornsife School of Public Health. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree for which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Paul W. Brandt-Ralph, Dean of the School of Biomedical Engineering, Science, and Health Systems, and Distinguished University Professor, will present the candidates in his school.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the great honor to present the most outstanding candidates for degrees in the School of Biomedical Engineering, Science, and Health Systems. Candidates, please rise proudly and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Penny Hamrick, Dean of the School of Education and Distinguished University Professor, will present the candidates in her school.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the honor to present the candidates for degrees in the School of Education. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. E. Deng, Dean of the College of Computing and Informatics, and Isaac L. Auerbach Professor, will present the candidates in his college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen,
I have the honor to present the candidates for degrees in the College of Computing and Informatics. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Alistair Saunders, Executive Vice Provost for Research and Innovation, will present the candidates in his college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, on behalf of Dean Norma Bouchard, I have the honor to present the candidates for degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Jason Schubach, Dean of the Antoinette Westphal College of Media Arts and Design, will present the candidates in his college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the honor to present the awesome, amazing, and completely fabulous candidates for degrees in the Antoinette West College of Media Arts and Design. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the master's or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Laura Gitlin, Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Professions and Distinguished University Professor, will present the candidates in her college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the great honor to present the amazing candidates for degrees in the College of Nursing and Health Professions, our next leaders in healthcare. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Sharon Walker, Dean of the College of Engineering and Distinguished Professor of Civil, Architectural, and Environmental Engineering, will present the candidates in her college.
President Fry, Provost Jensen, I have the honor to present our Dragoneers, who are candidates for degrees in the College of Engineering. Candidates, please rise and remain standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Vivas Madan, R. John Chappell, Jr., Dean of the Bennett S. Laveau College of Business, will present the candidates in his college.
President Fry and Provost Jensen, it is my privilege and deep honor to present the incredible candidates for degrees at the Bennett S. Laveau College of Business. Candidates, please rise and keep standing.
Candidates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Drexel University, under the charter issued by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I confer upon you the doctoral, master's, or bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations to all of the 2020 and 2021 Drexel University graduates.
Congratulations, graduates. A few final words of thanks. First, to the entire Philadelphia Phillies organization, who have been such extraordinary partners in planning and hosting this university commencement at the magnificent Citizens Bank Park. All of us at Drexel are so grateful. Go Phils. And finally, let me thank Dan Baker, Drexel parent and voice of the Philadelphia Phillies, who has been our wonderful master of ceremonies today. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for joining us on this most memorable day, everyone. And so I now declare this commencement of Drexel University to be officially adjourned. Congratulations and best wishes to all of our graduates. We're so proud of you.